Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about where the New Orleans Pelicans went wrong. Now, if you're not aware of this kind of video I do make, it's going to be pretty much like where I kind of break down all the offseason moves and what has led the New Orleans Pelicans into the position where they are right now, and ultimately where their franchise went wrong and why aren't they one of the better teams in the league, and why they're actually one of the worst teams, and Anthony Davis has requested a trade. So I'm beginning to all that. I'm beginning to all the offseason since 2011 where they acquired Anthony Davis through the draft. So yeah, without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right to this video. Alright, so my first reason is going to be I'm going to be going over all the offseason since they acquired Anthony Davis through the draft. So I'll be starting in the 2011 offseason where they actually traded Chris Paul and a second round pick for Alfred Aminu, Eric Gordon, Chris Kaman, and a 2012 first round pick. And now this trade actually did make sense as Eric Gordon played a very good season. Just before that, Alfred Aminu was still a young player, and Chris Kaman was alright. And obviously, you're also getting a first round pick from the LA Clippers, which is at the time a pretty good deal. And then also they did make a bad trade even despite doing that, as they gave up Trevor Ariza and Emeka Okafor, Rashad Lewis, and a second round pick. So they did not really get equal compensation in that, but they did draft Anthony Davis, Austin Rivers, and Darius Miller. Darius Miller and Austin Rivers right now being two pretty good role players, while Anthony Davis being one of the best players in the entire league. So they did hit a huge home run, a grand slam you could say, with Anthony Davis, and Austin Rivers wasn't a bad pick either. And with the second round, Darius Miller wasn't a bad shooter either to get for your pick at all either. But now that we got the entire 2011 offseason, let's go to the 2012 offseason, where they were able to actually start it off making a good trade, trading for Gustavo and for a young Ryan Anderson. And Ryan Anderson is coming off his best year, one of the better shooters in the entire league, and Ryan Anderson is still at the time a young player, not injury prone, and a very good shooter and very good offensive player to have on your team. And my second move they made in offseason was they made another good trade, giving up a second round pick for Brad Miller and two second rounders. And then also they drafted Nerlens Noel, who they did not keep very long. But now, moving all the way over to the 2013 offseason, they made a great trade as they gave up Nerlens Noel and a first round pick for All-Star at the time and current top 15 player in the league, Drew Holiday, and Pierre Jackson. And now this trade was very good as Drew Holiday came off an All-Star season and he's still playing at that All-Star level, one of the best defensive guards, if not the best defensive guard in the entire NBA, and just a very high-level player. And Pierre Jackson wasn't a horrible player either, and they did not have a draft pick for that year. So really that was the only big move they made for agency, but it was still a very big move that they didn't make. Now in 2014, this offseason, they made an awful pick when they gave up a first round pick for Omer Asik, who will come back to be one of the worst trades and contracts in the entire NBA in just a few seasons. As in the 2015 offseason, they signed two very bad contracts, as they gave huge contracts to Omer Asik and Alexis Ajinça, both of which would then become one of the best contracts in the entire NBA. And they did go on to select Buddy Hield 6th overall, who has developed into a very nice player but did not stay on the team very long at all. As in the 2016 offseason, they gave another awful contract as they did sign Solomon Hill, who is on one of the worst contracts in the NBA as of today. And I mean, right now they made a huge trade. And a lot of people actually thought the Pelicans won for a very long time, where they gave up Buddy Hield, Tyreek Evans, a 2017 first round pick, and a second round pick for DeMarcus Cousins, which looked very good at the time. But I'll be getting into a little bit why that trade actually blew up in the Pelicans' face. And now looking at to the 2017 transactions that they did make, was that they re-signed Drew Holiday to a big contract who at the time did not look worth it, but over time has really been worth it a lot, as he has developed into one of the best guards in the NBA and has currently hit his prime and is definitely playing at All-Star level. They signed Rajon Rondo, who was a huge and perfect fit for the team, and especially that year's team that did make the playoffs, where he completely stepped up a lot in the playoffs. And then also they traded Tony Allen, Amir Ashik, Jameer Nelson, and a 2018 first-round pick for Nikola Mirotic in a second-round pick. And Nikola Mirotic was another one of those players who played absolutely great, was a very good big man that stretched the floor, was making every shot, and was just absolutely playing out of his mind. And he was a huge part to that 2017 playoff run that they did make to the second round, and they lost them 5 to the Golden State Warriors. And now, let's get into this year's offseason, what they were able to do. They traded Wesley Johnson for Markieff Morris in a second-round pick, so pretty much just a second-round pick as we did with Markieff Morris. And then they also traded Nikola Mirotic for Stanley Johnson and Jason Smith and 4 second-round picks, so they're really starting to stack up on these second-round picks and just picks in general. But they also have signed Julius Randle to one of the best contracts in the entire NBA, as he's playing extremely well on a very cheap contract. And Elfrid Payton's doing the same thing, as he's been playing like a great value Rajon Rondo lately, and he's been playing pretty good as well. But now I'm beginning to actually what I think they've done wrong and where they have went wrong. Now that we know all the big moves that they have made in the past few seasons, I'm beginning into why I think personally their biggest reasons for not being that good. My first reason is going to be that they have not had many first-round picks at all, and then when you're a small team that doesn't have a lot of money, you have to build through the draft, and when you only have 4 first-round picks in the last 8 years, and you trade 2 of those first-round picks before having a full year with the team, you're going to have a very hard time developing new young talent, because you're not going to be able to get any in free agency, so you're going to have to start trying to develop late first-round picks or early second-round picks. So I mean, that's really going to be hard when you don't have your own first-round pick a lot of the time. And now my second reason is going to be they gave bad contracts, as I mean, like I said earlier, being a small market team, you don't get many free agents, and you cannot give out that many bad contracts, or else it's going to bite you in the butt very badly, because no one's going to want to go there for cheaper. They're all going to want a max deal, just because like it's not as nice as going somewhere like LA or something, and you're not going to be able to get these superstar level players at the same deal or like price that someone like LA could. So yeah. And so basically, I think that after saying all the evaluating all the biggest transactions the team has made for pretty much the past 8 years, this is the 2 biggest reasons that I could come up with. And I want to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you think the Pelicans could be a lot better? Do you think it could be a lot worse? Do you think that they made big mistakes? Do I think you missed a mistake? I want to hear our thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like, put a like button and subscribe button. And also have to thank y'all so much for all the support y'all been showing. Y'all been blessing my life so much. Y'all really blessed me a lot. I mean, just last night, God completely blessed us. There was a couple moments that He was really watching over us and keeping us safe, keeping everybody in my family safe, keeping everybody in my friend group safe, and I cannot give enough praise to Him. He's the reason that I'm pretty much here right now, being able to make these videos for you guys. So yeah, all praise to God. I cannot thank Him enough. But also gotta give a lot of thanks to y'all. Y'all been showing tons and tons of support on the channel lately. I cannot thank y'all enough for that. But like I said, that's the first video. So if you like, hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Hope you have a blessed day, guys. Blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. See you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye, boo. Blah, blah, blah.